once you get later on into games, you're gonna have drafts like this where we have the Fade, Futsu, Princess Frost, right, versus the Dune, Nodolia, Xiao Xiao. Very middling drafts on both sides here, so a relatively low power level game.
Yeah, not gonna be as high octane as the other games that we have though. But OG and Twisted Minds looking to go for the finish or looking to get that first ever win. You can see here that both of them are just gonna be doing what they can here in the early game, especially both of their junglers are just gonna be at the stable phase.
ACC playing very aggressive on the Yuan here, already getting Wen down to half. As Muchen, you know, kind of comes in, was on the opposite side there to try and get a catch on the high line. Didn't quite happen here. Channel versus Flowborn Marksman here. And Twisted Minds, they gotta give it all they got right now.
Right now, the top side, 90 had to force a flash out of Wen. And another flash out of Kaka, out of that fight. And that's just two people on the 2v2.
And Twisted Minds is winning a early game skirmish there, right? That's not something they were used to here against the roster here on OG. But this could spell, you know, the tides of change here. This game's going a little bit differently. Twisted Minds is taking a bit of an early game lead.
Yeah, they're doing a good job at just stalling the fight right here, and with the better farewell, almost getting the kill on Shanks. Force the flash to be used.
And clean here on this Fade too. The first few fights Fade goes in is going to be a real a decider here, right? Fade, one of those heroes that are either feast or famine, so you need to go ahead and get ahead early. Look at this. Fade already has a level advantage on Dao Dao here. Not by much.
Bro, that was another bait. I've seen it on the map, the better farewell. They were waiting for him to just move forward again because he doesn't have any flashes. They knew that they could win the fight.
And there we go. That's OG set up the bait and hook, line, and sinker. Twisted Minds false right here. Now that lead that they had, I was talking about prior, gets erased away as OG are slowly trending ahead.
Yeah, they're doing good job here of OG and winning the lanes. And this is the power of the Diadea, right? She has a lot of kill potential in the early game, which is why she's strongly paired with the Arlie every time because they can both die pretty fast. And now Shanks at half HP didn't even start the fight yet. That was just Arrow Storm used.
Absolutely here. The idea is also solid on their composition because it's easy to set up the Dunes win slash potentially, right? When combo is also easy for her to go ahead and set up there. That really reliable crowd control is a great reason the idea gets picked so much in the past. And I'm surprised it took into game 4 for it to get picked up.
You go for the bait though. Goes in with the knockup. Flash is available for 90, but he's not gonna go anywhere here. That's gonna be a kill. Nice bait from OG.
Wow, not much Nightly could have done there, right? From out of vision when full combos him there as he goes ahead and gets that ultimate off on Keke. But again, they were not stuck in there with him. He was stuck in there with them there as he gets evaporated, basically. Yeah.
Now they have to look at it. Look at the vision score here. I think Twisted Minds were doing a good job getting vision. But for now, with 30 seconds on the clock, Twisted Minds are just clearing up some waves just so they could get ready for this Tyrant.
I think Twisted Minds knows they need this first Tyrant, right? Every other game, OG gets the first Tyrant, and they basically just snowball the game from there.
Yeah.
But I say that, but we see Fade trending upwards here.
Oh.
He needs to... That's a great timing there. That shutdown onto Keke there means they have a numbers advantage for this Tyrant. Will they go ahead and take advantage of that as we see Tyrant coming up here in the next few seconds?
Only problem is they don't have the Winters here. They don't have the Sage's Might. They could just push the top side though. So Dao Dao can start this right now. From far away, Clean could still steal this. Honey Sweet Breeze denies them. The push right there. What a good timing.
Okay, here is textbook on how to play jungle for OG here at Dao Dao, right? The first objective comes up, you hit it. Dao Dao has been doing that literally every single game, and it's working so far, right? He was able to burst that out. Well, speaking of burst out, Nightly getting dropped on the one. Wow, the last enhanced auto left in Keke's salvo there, barely gets the kill.
Good 1v1. And now on the 60 seconds here on the Tyrant, they can use this to their advantage. And you can see it though. Dao Dao moving forward the Unruly Blade, not even scared. But remember, you can't really steal anything from a Fade at this point because he's just going to be going in and out of the fights. Honey Sweet Breeze gets the knockup. Almost getting the kill on Shanks.
So later on in the games, it's gonna be a lot tougher to secure those objectives, as you mentioned, right? He's able to inseal his targets in Jade. Here we go. Here's a target he has spotted already. Your Keke at half HP. Clean is looking for him.
He's gonna flash for it. Look for the fight. Shanks is gonna be dead. What? An aggressive play. He knew that he's gonna die anyway, so might as well buy some time here. He's gonna be dead, yes, but he bought some time.
Keke is the hunter, not the hunted. It looks like he was, caught out of position there, but he actually still picks up a nice 1-for-1 onto Shanks there.
When, again, getting a knock-up on the best targets that they can go for. Now they're gonna go for the chase down. Highline trapped under his tower right there, and then they can go for the Jade Mark here in the last one. This is what they're looking for. Clean gets a triple. 1v1 against Dao. Hardened Jade Mark has been used, but not enough damage. That is a 3-4-2 from that last fight.
That is the energy we need from Clean here, right? Nice clean up there. Gets himself a triple kill. Very important in that fight there. Before Highland went ahead and go down, he dropped his ultimate on the wave there, ensuring that OG, even if they win the fight, cannot push their tower there. And that eventually led to, OG not having any minions. And minions kind of played a little bit of a part in that fight there too, when Dao was trying to go toe-to-toe against Clean.
Look at the 6k gold here. 1.5k gold lead for Clean. Just because of those 3 kills, that was very important. Also, he's getting a lot of resources from all over the map, right? Which is why he's getting a lot of this gold. So with this advantage, that's what you want from a Fade.
Yeah, he is really ahead here, and he's going the full damage Fade build. Axe of Torment into Master Sword here. So it's going to be very explosive, the fights he's in. He's going to get one-shotted, but also he's going to be able to have the capacity to delete the enemy team as well. And I think that sort of high-variance, chaotic gameplay could be what Twisted Minds needs to go ahead and get a win off of OG.
He has 2 targets, though. He has 2 targets. Could go for on, could go for whenever he needs to. And when he gets the timing right, Dao on the top side, 90 has to be forced back. Needs to retreat and pump the brakes for the team. But on the bot side, look at the push that's happening there. Clean is just cleaning up the towers. 90 is not even gonna be moving. He has been blown up by the side of OG.
Nightly just got the whole kitchen sink thrown at him there, right? Everyone on side of OG just wrapped around there, and they knew he couldn't really get out. He doesn't even commit the flash. He knows he's dead there, and they're just not letting this Futsu get ahead.
Look at this. Clean got the damage in Muchen already. Kills on the backline. The flash coming in from Kaka. Got there on Shanks. Shanks was able to survive for a bit, but 2 kills already for Clean. And that's already good. They got what they needed. 2 for 1.
This is not looking good for side of Twisted Minds. They were a little bit ahead earlier, but now they're back down to having a 2,000 gold lead, and we have seen this before, right?
Destroyed a tower.
Every game OG kind of starts to creep away with the lead. They never go ahead and give it back up here. 9 kills to 7 kills, though, a much more bloody game. This might have been a strategy they should have started with at the start, right? Picking these really high attrition characters like the Fade, like the Channel, and the Futsu, and forcing these fights.
Yeah, we can see it, right? The Clean has gold advantage against Dao, but OG's gold has been spread across everybody. But here now, gonna go for the Destined Encounter in front. They're gonna go for 90 again. Scattered onto the backline. Twisted Minds can't do anything. But Clean gonna go for the chase down, looking for On. Goes in for the flash, gets the kill on him. Godlike, 1 for 1.
Twisted Minds showing signs of life here, 10-8 still, though. I would say it's really even here, though. Even though OG's up about 1.5k gold here, Clean does have all of the gold outside Twisted Minds here, and that's who you want the gold to be on here. And if he hits that critical mass, he's going to be able to go ahead and cut through even the likes of Dao. So far, you mentioned he has Wen and On as his targets, and here we go. We got some more targets.
He's going to go for it. For the backline, Bitter Farewell has been used, but the Hardened Jade Mark was able to sign the name of Muchen down. And that's it.
They're starting to find their footing here, Twisted Minds, but is it going to be too little too late? This is the 4th match here.
Yeah, the Frigid Prison, Sage's Might got the kill, 90, not able to get on in the end. They can't even move forward. The Meteor Storm is just forcing them away. That is a good way, a good wall to stop them from accelerating forward.
Nightly is trying to go ahead and get something done this game, but it is just so hard. Wait, okay.
Yep, Kaka gonna be running forward. Sacred Chi Blessing was used though. He wants to go for Shanks. He gets it, but he's still hidden. What?
Red team legendary.
Keke just randomly goes into enemy jungle, 1v4s, and turns it into 1-for-1. Just Keke things, right? I am surprised how that happened. Yeah, he was hitting while he was encased in Jade here. He just used pure willpower to fight through the Jade there to go ahead and take down Shanks.
That's an anime protagonist if I see one, because he was able to use the full will just to get those hits in.
Armor has been activated there for Keke. He did go down, but the fact that he takes out Shanks, that's the second time Shanks, you know, gets the short end of the stick versus Keke here, you know, like
that's
he
true.
must be feeling pretty bullied here. They all surround Keke. He knows he's gonna die, but Keke is like, before I die, Shanks, you're coming with me.
He has been running them down every time. That hardened Jade Mark is going to be clearing the Overlord. ACC getting chased down. Has to force Unending Sorrow. Now they can go for another fight here. The Meteor Storm onto the back. But Wen was taken down pretty easily. Clean shutdown comes in. Kaka, when you need him the most, he will find it. And now they got another knockup coming in. Mu Chen doesn't have anything to help him out. Here he comes the Arrow Storm from the back line. On is fighting forward. Nike's gonna fall down 3 for 3. And they are chasing them over. Mu Chen is gonna fall, but at what cost? A 1-for-1, 1v1 between Hailang and On.
4 for 4. These fights are getting more and more explosive there. Wen had a really good open to that fight there, but he didn't have something like the Splendor to keep him alive, right? So while he had a great combo on everyone, he had the Meteor Storm in an amazing spot. Faye just gone ahead and swatted him down there and shut down that Meteor Storm from there. But An is able to come here. We didn't see him much this game because he's been farming all game here, and he goes ahead and cleans up that fight. If we ever get a replay of that fight, you're going to see that An was like immune to abilities. He walks in, sidesteps the Futsu skill 1, the skill 2 from Princess Frost comes out, sidesteps that as well too. It's just like he was perfectly maneuvering around everything Twisted Minds was throwing at him.
Yeah, the Arrow of No Return has been really helpful. Hailang doesn't have any flash though, so they have to move forward here. They just might alter the tank, so Dao could he survive this? Winter is here. Everybody's eating that up. And that's why Twisted Minds wins that. Clean goes for the chase down, looking for Kaka at the top side, and this could be possible.
This is definitely a momentum shift here. Clean should easily be able to take down this tier 2 tower if he wanted to. He sees that the Dragons got it, so he opts to go ahead and take down the blue buff here. Keke going ahead and retreating here, and this game, it looks like the momentum is shifting in Twisted Minds here. They're still down gold, but they've been winning these past few fights pretty decisively. Wen has not really been able to survive in these fights here.
Yeah, it has been good. Clean has been breaching the back line every time he needs to. And Wen is a primary target because he's the best counter against him. And the Meteor Storm, he can't even stay alive for the Meteor Storm as much. Clean falls down. And that was big. And now they can go for the chase down and really play forward. Knock up with a wind slash. And on the back, Kaka looking for the flash again. Gets Hailang on the back. And Nike tanks it up because he knows that he needs to, because Shanks needs to survive this.
That was so brutal there. Muchin there catching Clean in the wall, and while he was stunned up, a full arrow barrage lands onto him there, and 100 zeros him down. We were mentioning how Clean was really high damage. Oh, this could be the end. This could be game, set, and match. They're playing for the end.
Yeah. This could be it. This could be the end. Last match, last fight. OG looking for the finish, going for the chase down onto the backline. Shanks is going to be chased, and he's not going to survive. This could be the end of the fight. They can't clear the wave. This is done right now. They did it.
He needs to smite it. He needs to smite it. No.
The night before. Doubt it no more. OG are your undisputed kings of the Major West, and they are now the champions.
OG definitely made up for last season there with an extremely decisive, all right? Extremely decisive match here. 4-0 versus Twisted Minds, showing that they are far and above. And everyone on the side of OG is quickly pointing at Dao. They might be talking about who wants to be FMVP. I don't know how that's calculated, but since they are the finals winners now, there is going to be an FMVP crowned on the side of OG.
Yeah. You can see here.
Look, when is like, it's gotta be you, Dao. All right, look, you were carrying all these other games, and then An's like, yeah, you too, man. Look, and then Dao was trying to be like, no, man, he's trying to give it back up to someone else.
I think they're arguing about the last fight, though. I think they were kind of thinking about who got the hit on that crystal, and I don't know what happened there at the end there. I think they're not as happy as I thought they are on getting the champions, but they definitely deserve it, right? OG